Back to the midday news on Fox Carolina. A local chef is now getting statewide recognition. Chef Jeanne Koenigsberg is the kitchen general manager at Swamp Rabbit Café in Greenville, and she was recently named as one of the 2025 South Carolina Chef Ambassadors by Governor McMaster, and she is joining us right now in studio. Thank you so much for stopping in.
Thanks for having us.
And of course, congratulations. This is such a cool honor.
Yes, it surely is.
Can you kind of talk us first, before we even get into that, just how you got started kind of in the culinary world and what piqued your interest there?
Yeah, so I've kind of always been interested in culinary. I had some uncles that owned restaurants growing up, and so kind of came in and out of kitchens throughout my upbringing, and then I just kind of landed a job as a dishwasher, and it's kind of just carried on from there.
I love that.
Yeah, a life of kitchens. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as we mentioned earlier this year, you were named as one of the 2025 Chef Ambassadors by the Governor. What was kind of your reaction to receiving that title, and what's the nomination process like?
Sure. So obviously I was very surprised. Kind of hit me like a ton of bricks, to be honest, and very humbling, and kind of makes like a life's work kind of make sense. And the nomination process, I'm not exactly sure. So they just kind of called me one day and were like, hey, is this something you'd be interested in? And I was like, absolutely. It would be great for myself and for Swamp, and kind of move from there. So.
I love. Okay, so now that you are a chef ambassador, what does that kind of role entail?
Sure. So we're highlighting South Carolina produce throughout the state. So we've done some various events. We were in Charleston 2 weeks ago for the Southeast Wildlife Expo. We're heading to Charleston next week for Charleston Food and Wine. We'll be at Euphoria, and then they kind of sprinkle some events throughout the year to kind of highlight produce and kind of some of the ag that we're working with.
Yeah, what an exciting moment, too, for Greenville. You're really kind of helping continue putting us on the map,
mentioning
us everywhere you go.
That's right.
Well, as we also mentioned, you are the kitchen general manager for Swamp Rabbit Café.
Yeah.
If somebody has never been over there, tell us a bit more about what you can expect.
All right, so lots to see, lots to do. If you come on a weekend, it's jam-packed. We have like a little coffee bar on the premise that you can like go get like a coffee made by a barista in front of you, but then we also have the cafe. We sling a lot of sandwiches on what we call stecca, which is I think a Greenville staple. So all of our sandwiches are made on this. We make all of the ingredients in-house for the sandwiches, highlighting local produce. So right now we have an emphasis on strawberries and kind of coming out of winter produce, kind of leading into spring produce, with my eye very much on summer and what's to come there.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't realize how much I missed the farmers markets until you guys just brought in the stecca bread, and I was like, oh yes, like that part of my routine is almost back, because it truly is, I feel like, a staple of the farmers market is seeing everybody walking around with their stecca bread. I love the Swamp Rabbit Cafe. It's one of my places where if a friend comes and visits, I go, we have to go here, you have to check it out.
Yeah.
What for you was kind of important to maybe kind of change the local food scene? Because when I'm there, I feel like it's just such a different experience than other places.
Yeah, I think we put a lot of energy and passion into what we do. So we get all of these local strawberries, and it's like, what are we going to do with it?
Yeah.
How are we going to bring people out? How are we going to excite people about strawberries or whatever the produce is of the month or the season even? And we just try and keep things interesting. You know, like we don't necessarily try and be like trendy or viral or anything like that, but we try and do things that taste good, look great, and really highlight the produce itself.
Yeah, and you guys crush that. Talk about making strawberries interesting. One, they're beautiful in themselves, but this strawberry cake also looks delicious. You guys do such a good job with everything over there. You mentioned some of the future plans that are coming up as being a South Carolina Chef Ambassador, but is there anything else you're kind of looking forward to this year?
Peach season.
Ooh,
honestly,
yes.
It's my favorite season that we do at Swamp, and we really like go full throttle on the menu, and so it's just a lot of fun. The staff really enjoys pushing out all the peach products and getting to see the reactions of our customers. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, so much to look forward to. Of course, thank you so much for stopping in. And if you would like to taste Chef Jeanne's work, the Swamp Rabbit Cafe and Grocery is located on Cedar Lane Road in Greenville. They are open 7 days a week. Of course, for more information, you can head to our website at foxcarolina.com.